Hey y'all, Will Healy here, and we are at CBT's More Than Manufacturing Expo, and I'm really excited to have Ann Wyatt of Ann Wyatt Recruiting with me today. And yesterday at the More Than Manufacturing Expo, we saw an awesome diversity and inclusion panel, presentations, just a whole day packed full of really great insights. And we just wanted to share some of the best quotes that we heard today with you. So, Ann, what was something that you really enjoyed that you heard yesterday?
Well, I was really impressed by AJ's presentation, her keynote, and she is with the Manufacturing Institute.
Yep.
And she had some really key takeaways on workforce development initiatives that I really resonated with personally. But when she was talking about flexible work schedules, and gave some really good stats on the gender gap in manufacturing. If we were to increase women's participation in employment of the manufacturing sector by 10%, we would solve 50% of the skills gap.
Yeah,
that was mind-blowing for me.
That blew me away as well. You raise the percentage of women in manufacturing by 10%. And reduces it by half. That's a huge deal. Yeah, I thought that was incredible. There was a panel later in the afternoon, and there was a question asked by someone in the audience, and they asked, how do you balance being a person who works in manufacturing that happens to be a woman versus being a woman in manufacturing? And the advice from Genalou was just really incredible. She said, lead with the work that you do, lead with the results that you drive, know you deserve to be in the room, and know you are creating value. And that was it was so powerful. That insight, and that's advice that I will definitely share as I mentor women in manufacturing. So thank you for that, Jen. What else did you hear, Ann?
Yeah, absolutely. That was very inspiring for me as well. Where we had Tayte talking about what it means to have an intentional career, if that makes sense. And she asked us during the panel session at one point, when you're thinking about taking a manufacturing career, what is it that you want out of that career, and what are your ultimate goals with that? And that's something as a recruiter I ask quite a bit, right? But being asked that from the audience perspective really gave me some insight to being more intentional.
And I liked. There was another question that came in that same panel. What can the men advocates do to support and advocate for women in manufacturing? And the advice was from all the panelists. I thought it was really powerful. I'll make sure I tag them down in the post. But be a mentor. Encourage negotiation. I guess women tend to not negotiate, and I didn't know that. Recommend women for advancement that deserve advancement. Speak positively on their behalf. And I really love this last one. Sponsor them even when they are not in the room. I really like that. Last thing I'll point out is we saw a really great panel with Jay Starr and Andrew Crow and Megan Zimba. And Jay Call was also in that panel. He's moderating and did a great job. But in that panel, we had some really great insights out of that. And what do you think? Something interesting that Megan said.
I think one of the things that Megan said when she was talking about kind of going into some manufacturing environments, and this was a build on of what Andrew had said previously to that, but really emphasizing the need to change the culture around the manufacturing environment, sometimes full of women, and to check in with them and to create an environment of positive affirmations, following up with them. Exit interviews, that kind of thing. So if you have women that are leaving your company, reach out to them, follow up with them, ask them, hey, what happened? And then provide mentorships from there.
Yeah, that was great. And what led up to that, Andrew shared, we've got to change that culture. And we've got to change that culture by taking down the Playboy posters and removing the Confederate flags and just really... not just thinking that this is a home of old white dudes and really understanding that diversity is coming to organizations, that it's going to happen in our organizations, and to embrace that. And I would add one more thing to that. When we're changing our cultures, we got to get rid of the culture of hazing. We got to remove that piece as well. And I think if we can really look at our environments and be honest about our environments, that's really how we can change our culture. So, Ann, really appreciate you being on the video today. Thank you so much for joining me and for driving up to Cincinnati. And until next time, ask yourself, what will I automate next? Yeah.